New research from the financial services company AMP has found that while 3/4 of Australians aged 65 and over believe it is important to pass wealth onto their children, 7 out of 10 say they're unwilling to compromise their retirement lifestyle to provide financial assistance. They also hold a strong attachment to the family home, with a reluctance to downsize to release funds to support their children. Here's Ben Hillier, who's Director of Retirement at AMP Research. Hi there, Ben.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So while older people want to give their children something, they don't want to deprive themselves too much in order to do it. Is that a fair assessment?
I think that's an accurate summary of the research. It sounds a little unfair to put it like that. To put it into context, the fear of running out of money is the number one fear that retirees have. And so, of course, they're uncertain about what the future holds, economic circumstances, their need for aged care, just simply how long they're going to live. And so, of course, they're going to be frugal and they're not willing to take an even bigger risk in terms of helping their children. They don't want to become a burden on their children if they run out of money.
So the majority of older Australians appreciate that their kids are facing financial circumstances that are at least or harder than they had to deal with at the same age. So what help are most happy to offer and able to offer their children?
The number one form of assistance is actually accommodation. We're seeing children live in the family home for longer and longer periods, and indeed are returning back to the family home if circumstances require it. And so, that's the number one thing. Other top ways that parents are helping their children is through things like paying bills for them, and to some degree they are willing to curtail their own spending, things like holidays or lifestyle spending, to be able to assist their children.
So are older Australians aware of the options that they have in retirement, Ben, or do you get a sense that perhaps they lack confidence about how to make the most of the money that they have?
Yeah, they do lack confidence, unfortunately. We haven't set up the system very well. We haven't, as a system, we've focused on the accumulation phase, building up the pots of superannuation as much as possible, and we haven't really given retirees enough confidence in the tools and solutions to be able to assist them to draw efficiently without the fear of running out.
So are there two things happening here? There's on the one hand, people want to help their children while they're alive, and there's a separate issue about passing money on after their death. There are two things going on here?
Yeah, they are. Look, I mean, we know very clearly from the research that retirees see their superannuation, for example, as primarily designed to fund their own retirement. And they don't generally have strong bequest motives for their superannuation, but because of the fear of running out, they're actually underspending their superannuation on average. That's a big generalisation, I know, and some people do certainly consume all their superannuation, but on average, Australians draw the very bare minimum from their superannuation, which means they're actually inadvertently leaving quite large bequests. Unfortunately, the vast majority of wealth transfer that happens is in the form of an inheritance, and that's going to the over 50s typically, those who are approaching retirement or even in retirement themselves. The inheritances aren't being received by the younger generation when it's most needed, when they're raising young families, when they're trying to break into the housing market. So
is it better then for the older generation to try and transfer that money to their children when they're younger, when they need the money more?
There's certainly some strong arguments for that to happen, and what we do need to do to enable that and facilitate that transfer earlier is to give retirees confidence that their money's not going to run out, help them into things like lifetime income solutions, help them qualify for the age pension, and just have that certainty, that peace of mind that they're not going to run out. And what we see then when retirees have access to those sorts of solutions, that they do open up the purse strings, that they are willing to be more generous on themselves but also on their families.
Ben Hillier, good to talk to you. Thank you.